Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Melissa Thomas, of course, with the lovely co-host Angel Perry. We are here for Let's Clarify, where we always kind of do a deep dive, kind of dig into some headlines, or in this case, a lesser known topic, perhaps. And today we're going to actually go hyper local. You guys usually know that we talk about, the more national headlines, things that are kind of an attention grabber. But this go round, lovely Angel Perry is bringing something that is local to not just the state of Florida, but Central Florida specifically. We're going to talk about the City of Ocoee's firefighters. So, Angel, take it away.
So, thank you, Melissa, for having me again. This is what's badly needed. This was brought to my attention only last week. So we have firefighters in the City of Ocoee, local 3632. The City of Ocoee has about 50,000 residents, and those firefighters actually cover Ocoee and Winter Garden. Now, first responders, we love them. Okay,
right.
A lot of military, when they get their DD-214s, they go and do the work of being our heroes. Like, who doesn't love our police officers, firefighters, our nurses, our doctors, everybody that's on the front line to save lives? Well, this was very disturbing because these firefighters are only paid $13.70 an hour on purpose. And they haven't had a raise in 3 years and counting. So we have the mayor of Ocoee, which is Rusty Johnson. He's homegrown to Ocoee. So a lot of these first responders, he knows personally. And then you have the city manager, Robert Frank. The city manager officiates over like how firefighters are run, from the chief on down, how the application process goes.
Right.
So let's just break that $13.70 down. Now, as a first responder, there are things that have to come out of your pay per the type of job that they have. So you have their pension for retirement because they're sacrificing a lot. You have their medical, which is a have to. That's a have to.
Right.
You diving into a burning fire. You arrive at a scene from 911 because someone's bleeding. We have COVID.
Right.
So they have to deal with the general public because there are superheroes. Capeless or not, that's what they're doing. They are out protecting us and saving lives. And the City of Ocoee, whose bragged budget is $80 million. Somebody help me out with that one.
Exactly. So, and ladies and gentlemen, as you're hearing this, leave your comments below. Let us know your thoughts on the situation as well. Perhaps this is your first time hearing about it. This is a relatively newer story, primarily because their salaries were now up for renegotiation. As Angel was mentioning, the Ocoee Firefighters Union, Local 3632, they were negotiating their contracts. So, and by the way, we here at Florida National News were not the first one to bring this story. This is something that actually West 2 talked about, but even before the West 2 coverage on February 16th, the West Orange Times covered it on February 6th. So this is a story that's going back, as far back as, a month ago. But this is something that's on, kind of top of mind on the local level right now as it relates to the firefighters. And as you mentioned, Angel, that especially that medical coverage, that's very important because they take on damage even as they're trying to rescue folks, whether from fire or even in their paramedic duties, because of course we know sometimes fire rescue is called out even for a medical emergency. So, I mean, this is something that is certainly unique and different. And we heard from, especially in the news coverage, from the gentleman who is the former president of that union, who was bringing that high turnover to the public's attention, because that was really the core of the news story. If you're dealing with any kind of first responder, whether that's EMT, firefighter, or police, and that particular department is seeing a high churn of personnel, that then lends itself to the safety issue.
Right.
So kind of, give your thoughts on that as well.
So just to break it down, in order to become a firefighter in the state of Florida, you have to already been certified. You have to have your associate's degree in that field before you even apply. So during my research, and I'm talking to different firefighters around the state, the average schooling out of pocket is about 10 grand. So, if you're a young person and you're like, oh, I, want to be a hero, I want to, save lives, you're paying 10 grand out of your pocket. And a lot of times there's no tuition or anything you can borrow. You're just working really hard to, pay that. So then you go to the city of Ocoee, and when you apply, it's about $250 just to apply. You haven't gotten the job yet, but you have to apply. Now, what drives the short term, or for the firefighters to want to leave, because this seems to be very much by design, is you get your call, hey, congratulations, you are now part of the Ocoee firefighter. Here's your work agreement. So the agreement of employment has a requirement clause that you now have to be an EMT worker. So they insist that you have 2 titles for $13.70. And you're given 24 months to complete that additional training and education, which is on average additional 8 grand, which they give you no money or anything. So that schooling costs about $500 a month. Now you already got your pension and your medical coming out of the $13.70. So your take home is as if you were in college, for somebody that wakes up every day to be, a first responder for 911, fires for small businesses, large businesses, residents, cat in a tree. We all love all the stories. So where is the love for these firefighters from the city manager? Again, his name is Robert Frank, and the mayor, Rusty Johnson. Like, I'm trying to understand, Rusty Johnson's homegrown to Ocoee. Why would this be even okay? And then to make matters worse, because I do have receipts, Fisher Phillips is the lawyer, the bargaining lawyer. He charges $280 plus fees. So rounded up to $300 an hour. So he can make a 2-minute phone call. Oh, I was on a conference call. Charge. Oh, I had to send an email. Charge. Oh, there was some documents I had to look at. Charge. I have one receipt here. It came to a total of $1,300.16, and I'm sure he did his job like he was supposed to. I'm sure he's a very good lawyer. So if one day's work was $1,300, you don't want to pay the firefighters the average in Orange County. We'll just keep it small. Orange County. So the surrounding areas of Ocoee, it's $42,000 a year annually. So about $20 an hour. That's the average. So to be at $13.70.
Difference. Huge difference.
And then you have a work requirement to be an EMT.
EMT.
Second tier. That's a full career all by itself. So you're trying to get these people to be double titled but you pay them less than a fast food worker.
Mm. As she does the Matrix, y'all. So hold that thought. We're going to come back and talk a little bit more about that and a little bit more of a backstory. Angel's going to provide you guys a little more of a backstory on the current Ocoee City manager and a possible pattern that we might be seeing. So stay tuned, guys. The conversation continues. The truth bombs will continue, courtesy of Angel. So stick around. We'll be back.
At Duke Energy, we deliver electricity and so much more, like free home energy assessments, rebates for energy-saving improvements, payment options to help you better manage your budget, and even bill credits for helping the community use less energy. So no matter what you're doing, we can help you make better energy choices every day. It's just another way we bring power to your life. How much can you save?
All right, guys, welcome back to Let's Clarify. So, just kind of picking back up on that sort of average pay conversation too, you mentioned in comparison to, in Orange County, like the surrounding Orange County area. And I mean, I did a little bit of homework as well in terms of average pay, but Indeed provided the source on a national scale. And man, just that comparison nationally, they're saying, Ocoee is getting 14% below the national average in terms of an annual salary. And this is as of February 6th this year. So this is not old data.
This is right now.
Right now, 14% below the national average. So I just wanted to share that with you guys so you guys have another point of comparison as well. But yeah, let's talk a little bit more about, some of the research that you've done in terms of, yeah.
Let's get into that receipt. All right. So Robert Frank was a city manager before in Altamont Springs, Florida, which is not too far away, maybe a 30-minute drive between the two locales.
Right.
So according to public record, the local firefighters there, he consolidated their locals into the county. Now, just to make it a little more clear and what the differences is, because it might be different somewhere else.
Right.
The little city municipalities, they use property tax to pay their firefighters. Right. Now, a county can be made up of several different cities. So then the pool of money comes from those territories. Now, Altamont Springs is in Seminole County. Seminole County hosts maybe a good 10 or 12 different little cities. And when he consolidated them into the county from Altamont Springs, what that does is it lessens the voice depending on where the firehouses are located. Because now you have a larger collective pool. So if one particular firehouse has a need that's different than the other, it doesn't translate between firehouses. Those firefighters may or may not get their needs met for some time. So having the fire halls report directly to the municipalities that they served, it's easier to identify health issues, equipment issues, and those such, because if it rolls into the county, then it has to translate between all the fire halls before the county manager may notice, oh, they need this, or they need that, or this equipment's better, or that equipment's better. So, so the City of Ocoee may be in the rumor I'm starting. I'll take the blame. What it may be is that they're trying to starve out the firefighters in order to roll them into the county instead of it being where they're able to identify what the citizens of Ocoee need. It would roll up to just Orange County. Orange County is the second largest county in the state of Florida.
Yep.
I think the Ocoee citizens deserve to have an independent voice, especially when it comes to first responders. So, Rob Frank, I'm asking you, what is your intention with these firefighters?
Mm-hmm.
$13.70, but you can pay a lawyer $280 an hour.
Precisely.
Explain to me how these first responders are being taken care of with an $80 million budget.
Precisely. And I mean, one thing that's interesting, when the West Orange Times actually interviewed the mayor about what was going on, he kept his statement to the point and very simple in terms of the high turnover. He was pretty much kind of chill about it. He said, first of all, I don't think we're having a mass exodus, because of course that's what it looked like. You can say what you want. A lot of people leave here to go to other jobs all the time. They go into a job that pays more money. So he kept that to the point. And here's the thing about this that I present to you guys as the viewers, as the listeners. When it's presented that way and you don't see it as an urgent problem, are you really going to do something about it? Are you going to be inclined to do something about it? You know what I mean? So kind of leave us your thoughts and comments below, what your thoughts are on this situation. And I mean, you know, we know Angel over there ready to roll up her sleeves and go go do something. But you know, we're gonna take another quick break, and we'll definitely let you know what you can do about it. You know what I mean? It's the drum beat that we always drum for you guys every single week. But this go round, we'll definitely provide something specific for you though. So stick around. We will be right back after this very quick message. This is like that wet your tongue quick. All right. We'll be right back.
At Taco John's, you can expect one thing: so good. As in quality ingredients used in tacos and burritos made just for you. Every single bite.
So good.
Expect nothing less at Taco John's.
Warned y'all, wet your tongue. Quick. Super quick. Super quick. But yeah, welcome back to Let's Clarify. And hopefully y'all caught the bomb that Angel dropped right before the break. It's like speculation. We got to make sure to.
I'm starting to own it. Blame me.
Absolutely. And by the way, guys, don't be worried about that, because we will continue to do our homework. This is an ongoing story, so we'll continue to do our research on our end and bring you guys the latest updates on it, because, you know, as we mentioned, this started last month, and negotiations are still in process.
Right.
Yeah.
They are still bargaining. So where the safety and danger lies in this, because I want people to really understand, the city of Ocoee, that people own property, they're small businesses. When you have a new firefighter, that person is trained, right? Out of school, they can't get the job unless they're trained.
Right.
But think about this as a profession, just like a doctor, just like a lawyer. You need that senior staff to give you the tips and tricks and the experience to teach the ones that are new.
Right.
If you have people leaving, that means your majority of the firefighters are always new.
Right.
So if there are shortcuts to get to a home or business, and that person who's new may not know the city very well, and this is just an example, not saying that it happened, it's just an example, that 2 or 3 minutes can mean the difference.
Right.
We are talking about firefighters. They do not deserve ever to get paid $13.70. So in the state of Florida, you have the poverty line. Once that person decides to have a spouse, children, or any of those things, they now hit the poverty line once they're past being the single person. There's no incentive for them to stay and have the experience, for one. There's no incentive for them to even afford to want to stay. So as much they may love the citizens or the city of Ocoee, they can't afford to stay. They would qualify as soon as they have a spouse, they qualify for state benefits. As soon as they had a kid, they qualify for state benefits. So you already have the citizens of Florida paying taxes to Ocoee with an $80 million budget. And now that firefighter can't afford sometimes maybe to eat or their car or whatever the issue is. And then they also state benefits come out of the taxes as well. So where's this money going? I'm asking the city of Ocoee, what's the audit look like? Is there a third party audit? Have y'all been audited? Where's the money going? Because there's been officials bragging about a surplus.
Right.
So you got money for lawyers. They're redoing City Hall.
Yep. A 3-story compound.
At almost $22 million, which they just broke ground in November 2020. You're in negotiations for your first responders and you're thumbing your nose at them. Who does that?
Good questions. All good questions. And again, guys, if you're watching this, leave yours in the comments below. We would love to continue the conversation as well. The City of Ocoee recently released their State of Ocoee 2021 video, guys. So if you want to check that out, just to hear the facts and figures, it's included in that video as well. They talk about the new 3-story City Hall that is currently in development. Again, they broke ground back in November. You'll be able to see all of that in their video. Just look them up on YouTube, the City of Ocoee. You'll be able to see that 2021 video to learn more about that. And in terms of what you can do right now, it's that drum beat that we always tell you. Make sure you do your homework and basically harass your peoples, okay? Call, email, all that fun stuff. So if you want to, check out our link below right here. Go to the City of Ocoee's website. That's their website right there. Go to the City Commission and make sure you email Mayor Johnson, or just go back one page out of the City Commission, but just city government, and you'll go down to city staff to be able to reach the city manager. So Robert Frank, be sure to ask for him by name. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you call, email, do whatever you feel is necessary. Yeah. And do it more than once, because they're likely either too busy to answer, or if it's on this topic, since it's still pretty fresh, they might not want to answer you. So you may have to persist.
What's going on, Mayor? What's going on, Manager? Why are the firefighters paid so little that they can't afford things? Why are they leaving before 2 years? Because you're insisting they have a second title and you're not paying anything for it, and you have a surplus budget.
There you go. So press them with all your questions, and hey, leave your questions for us in the comments below as well, per usual. And then if you guys haven't yet, be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. You can find us at FNN News TV. That is where we live stream on Facebook. So come find us at FNN News TV. You can check out our other Facebook pages as well at FNN News Live or at Florida National News. You want to follow us on Instagram, check out at Florida National News on Instagram. And you can find us on YouTube at Florida National News. And if you want to hit up Angel directly on IG, she is there at A4Amazing. So she will answer any questions you may have as well. And as a final quick note at the end of the show, you guys see that we run ads on the show. So if you are somebody who is a business owner, you want to get your ads on any of our segments, just shoot us an email at ads@floridanationalnews.com to find out more. In the meantime, Angel, I don't know if you have any final words as we wrap up and head on out of here.
So firefighters, police officers, our first responders, they keep us alive, they keep us safe. They do not deserve this. We need your help. Like, subscribe, share. Sharing is the best way. Let the word out. Let everybody know what the City of Ocoee is doing. This is not right. It needs to be fixed.
Amen, y'all. And you guys see all the different ways that you can reach us and see our content, so you guys can share away. Thank you, as always, Angel. Always a pleasure to knock the facts around with you. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching, for always tuning in. And as always, hey, COVID-19 is still out here, okay? Yes, we have more vaccines. Yes, continue to mask up, continue to practice safe social distancing, including our lovely brothers and sisters in Texas. I know the governor lifted the mask mandate, but please continue to be careful. Like this virus is for real and the variants are there. So continue to stay safe. And of course, keep in touch with your loved ones too. Check in, make sure everybody's all right. In the meantime, we will see you next Wednesday. You guys take care.